hi there. How's it going tonight? How's everyone doing? What up, 3M? What up, Forgivens? Pendergast? Speak. Come on, gather round, y'all. It's time for Old Man Ryder to yell at them clouds. Well, somebody's got to do it, right? I mean, if not me, then who? You know, that's the way I look at it. Sorry, I'm just playing the old pop and switch and game here with some ye old Mythic Legions. Just trying to see if I can customize fun little characters and see what I can come up with. Working on some of the dwarfs right now, but yeah, I just trying to come up with some different a lot of those, like the 1.0 figures, they've just got so many like different bits and pieces, and just trying to popping and switching. That's right. That's how we do it around here. Popping and swapping, popping and switching, whatever works, I suppose. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured that one. That way. That was weird. It's kind of crazy how some of these pieces are just so loose. That's because I had this cape in here, which, again, I never really quite grasped the concept of how you were supposed to do this. Because if you see, like, the holes aren't even centered. There's like 2, 2, 1, or sorry, 1, 1, 1, 1, and they're not very centered. So I guess I've, just like the last time, never really figured out how to how to make them work. Yeah, Shadow's a little tough to stand for sure. I don't know if you do any painting or if you just poke Dave to do it, but Planetary Dog Toys has their 3D print catalog. Whoa! They till they finally close in July. If you wanted to grab some of their dwarf bits, okay. Well, that's cool. I'm definitely going to need to look that up, I guess. I just because like there's this dude. Well, let's see if I'm going to do it. If I'm going to speak right. There's this dwarf here, and I've always really liked the head, but just kind of was like on the fence about the bare torso. So I thought, maybe I'll throw this head on this one and use this one for this head. I think that looks kind of a little cooler. I like the real dark armor, so that's kind of why I wanted to. But now these are super like floppy from when they had the thing on there. Now viewer shipping is like $20 from wherever they are, but they have some cool parts. Well, I mean, beheaded the king. I did. I mean, I suppose if you're ordering enough, that kind of makes up for it, I suppose. Yeah, I love Jack Skellington, and I've kind of always wanted a really good one, and I just don't feel like anybody has ever like 100% nailed it, which kind of sucks. But yeah, they're usually just real, like all the pieces are super thin and stuff, and it's kind of a tad bit sketchy to try and get them to do anything. But yeah, no, as I was saying with like the dwarves, they do a lot of reuse. Um, and I was kind of it just stinks because they don't have um, like the hands or the like boots to go with like this color scheme. So like if I were to like throw like this light gray feet on here, it would look weird. But I just kind of like the weathered look of this armor set here. Um, Diamond had the look, but probably couldn't do much. Are you talking about for the Jack? But that's kind of how they've all been. Oh, the Arcan, the Cruel, if that's the one that you're talking about, because 1,000% I will be grabbing one of those. Yeah, all the I mean the diamond ones were nice, like budget wise, um, but they yeah, I mean, I was kind of thinking. I mean, my whole thing is though is like it's so clean. It's kind of like it's the concept of like why I like that Revenant, where I know that Legions has done like a bajillion other colors of knights and stuff, but they've always just been so clean. Um, and I'm just like, nobody's got um, armor that's that clean. So that's why, like, I mean, I guess this one makes sense because he's like the king, so his armor would be a little cleaner and more regal. But I mean, I just think because this is basically, um, well, I mean, for the most part, it's all the same armor bits, um, but it's got that, it's got like the copper tones, like right here, that kind of pop through. But and I know that like I could probably do, but I mean, even like on him, I just prefer like all of his colors being the way that they are. So, um, yeah, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. It's not the end of the world. Um, oh, there's an unannounced figure because I did not know that there was going to be more than one. Shit. Oh, the Revenant. Yeah, I mean, it's. I guess I don't know. I'm assuming the green skull parts might not come with it. If I remember correctly, that's the parts that came with it. So I can't imagine it's going to be a whole lot. Oh no! I'm surprised that one is mostly dwarf and not the goblin armor. But then again, I don't know the age on that one. Yeah, I think this one. Well, I mean, it's no different than Gronk's. I think was the one goblin that they did that was like solely on like this body. Because I have this dude here. This is my favorite goblin that they did, and I really like this body. What up to you, Mike? What up, 3M? Man, I didn't hear that Arcan was there was going to be more stuff. Shit, I wonder if it. I mean, I got to imagine it's related to his line, right? Like, why else would they do that? Because that'd be crazy. So I'm definitely going to need to look into that. We'll leave the axe on him. If I can get it in there. There we go. we go. All right, so we got that there, and give it the big ass hammer. There we go. I think that's pretty cool. I'm down with that. So, postable, yeah. One speculative character is a bear riding dwarf. What? Where did they get that from? Was it? I was talking to someone about the I Love You 3000 Iron Man, and during the conversation, they mentioned that it should have cost $30 instead of $34.99. I mean, right? Well, that's what that's what I heard. That's what I heard, but um, but as far so Arcan has a minotaur, barbarian. My goodness, a manticore, a Wordle, and another. It looks, I think, another dragonborn or something. I don't know what it is. It's like some weird, crazy, white-looking dragon. So, like, that's Arcan and his 5 members of the Dark Order. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Not sure why they didn't time that one a little bit better, but I feel like they haven't been like 100% on top of that. Spike, where was that post? Was it a Horseman post? Sorry, I'm trying to look it up. Cabal, okay. I'm not in the Cabal, unfortunately. I just used to be in there a while back, and it was just very at the time it was very toxic, and I didn't want to have any part of it, but that was just me. Yeah. Hasbro's marketing team is kind of weak. It is true, for sure. But yeah, no, I'm super stoked for Arcan. Okay, Infinite Legions presents Joe Manganiello's Arcan the Cruel, Friday, January 30th. There's like a whole bunch of things that are going to be. So there's like the project documentary premiere, live stream special, pre-order begins. Yeah, it would be amazing if they were able to get Vox Machina and Critical Role and the Mighty Nine and stuff like that too. I think that would just be super rad. Oh yeah, that's right. I keep thinking that those skeletons were supposed to be out already, the colored ones. But Yeah, I just need to get me. It's Nightwing. It's almost like your ears were burning. I cannot agree more at all. I always forget how to do this. Can I? Hold on 1 second, folks. Hopefully, I don't just butcher this into oblivion. Oh, crap. I hope you guys can still see me. Shit, did I just... Okay. Yes. Shit. Okay. Let me see real quick here. Dang it. What the hell? Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to... I didn't realize that my messenger signed out. What in the hell is going on? Okay, well, that's just super stupid. What? Why was that just... Oh, wait, what? Okay, this is so weird. I don't know how to make any of this stuff work. What in the shitballs? Okay, well, I'm just going to try and do it this way. Sorry, this is like the most like wackest thing I've probably done in a long time here. I'm trying to do this. And I'm just trying to cheat right now because my computer sucks. What? No, I just... There we go. There we go. Okay. I think I got this sorted out now. Sorry. There we go. All right. Oh, that's awesome. That's super rad. I am awesome. That's awesome to hear. I'm super glad. And absolutely, I'm glad that we could have him on for sure. And speaking of having him on, what up, buddy?
I didn't. You're streaming tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know we were doing that thing.
Well, yeah, it's Thursday. That's what they tell me, at least.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I figured since we were talking a little Vox Machina, have you been able to watch the Mighty Nine yet?
Yeah, I've watched the Mighty Nine.
I think I still have 2 episodes left. There's been so much on lately that I've been getting sidetracked.
Yeah, the one thing I'll say is like I kind of feel like it ended very like there should have been more this season.
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
That's fair. I can understand that. I do feel like, I really, really feel like it like the first like 3-4 episodes really were dragging. Like it was just like the slowest of burns, and I'm like, I get it that everyone's kind of got like their own individual story, but like, can we just hurry this up and get everyone together? But
well, what's also weird is there's one character, without going too spoiler, who still isn't joined until like the very end.
That's the big barbarian lady.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's because I think I watched the episode where they're like, it's the orphan maker, and then I think I watched the one after that, and that's I think all I've seen.
I don't remember. I don't remember like where episodes end and begin because I watched it all like pretty. I didn't start it until after like it had already started. So and like I almost like didn't start it until like it was almost done.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like I watched it, and then like Fallout came on, and then it was there's that, and now Wonder Man's on, and now
I just started Wonder Man today.
Knights of the Seven Kingdom, so I mean it's just like it was just one thing after another, and then I literally forgot about it until we kind of started talking about it on here just now. And
yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the next season of Vox Machina.
Because that's the last season, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, they're like sort of following the campaign, so of course some of the characters change.
Okay.
So there's, and I think if you've seen like there's like a teaser or clip or something like that, like they kind of introduce like the other character, like what's weird is like they kind of like act like they're already there, kind of thing. I don't know. It's
I guess I haven't seen that clip, so I'll have to look for that.
But, there's some stuff. Yeah, they've done some like Amazon's done some promotional stuff for the next season already.
Okay. We'll look into that.
Yeah, so there's some clips and there's like a sing along thing with, I don't know, it's like
well, because I always kind of thought it was interesting. I almost wonder if they'll ever go back and do like a prequel, because they've done a lot of.
Well, you know that Mighty Nine is 20 years after Vox.
Yeah. But I'm saying like, because like I know the comic books have touched on a lot more of the story, but I mean like I think if I remember correctly, the first season, like the first couple of episodes, there's like a part where they show all the different like incarnations of the team. There's like the one Dragonborn like mage guy or whatever he is, and it'd be kind of fun if they would go back and.
Well, there's like other teams too that they kind of allude to that like where other like campaigns and things like that. But well, and it's kind of fun. There's like a little bit of Easter eggs in Mighty Nine that like where they reference things that happened in Vox Machina. Like there's kind of like a joke about the Chroma Conclave that's in there. So yeah. I don't know. Like I've never watched the Critical Role campaigns. Like I mean, I've seen clips here and there.
Haven't either.
Like I've seen clips here and there, but like I got into it just because of the show. Because the show's really good. So I know like some things. Like I know that the carnival guy is also another person. And part of that's because like I know that because of statues that like Sideshows put out.
Okay.
And like they kind of allude to it like in the show too, but like I said, I know some things just based on like statues that I've seen. Like that's well, and that's so funny. Like how I got into Vox Machina was completely because my wife and I were like scrolling through Sideshow, and she's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "That's this Vox Machina thing." Like it was just like a statue, and I'm like, and
Yeah.
she's like, well, "What is that?" I'm like, "Well, it's a show on Amazon." And she's like, based on a web series." You know? She's like, "Let's go take a look at it, check it out." And I'm like, "Oh, this is really good. This is really good. This I love this." Yes.
Yeah.
Give me more.
And for it is kind of weird, like watching both shows and going, "Oh, you're Grog. Oh, you're Vex," or like. But was I not right about the one dude is basically John Constantine?
Oh yeah, the mage. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I mean, it's I like that like they're different enough that, but you're right that it is a little weird because it's like you do hear the voices.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ford is Grog. I don't know. I kind of enjoy it though.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I mean, I can separate it enough, but it is funny because there's moments where you're like, the other characters kind of pop through a little bit.
Yeah. But it's a good show. I'm enjoying it.
Mhm.
So,
I
yeah.
wonder, because the next actual campaign that's coming out for Critical Role, they've got the one guy now who's going to be the DM who DMs on another thing.
Oh, I don't know about that.
And I'm curious if they'll ever do any show based on that campaign, because I know some of them it seems like they do, like I always see them because they always do like those live shows, and
Yeah,
like,
they were at C2E2 last year.
yeah, and I see all the clips and stuff.
Oh,
And
it was crazy. Like the line, because they didn't do it at the convention center. They did it at the auditorium across the street.
Mhm.
From the convention center. Or yeah. So and then the line was like wrapped around the building.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, because I was there in Chicago. I was at C2E2 last year. It was
Because I
nuts.
mean, like every time I see those clips when they're doing those live shows, they're like filling like hockey arenas.
Yeah, no, like they're like it's actually one of the reasons I didn't do any photos or get any signatures with them because their lines were so insane at C2E2.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
think
kind of a bummer because like I
it's
said,
awesome that they are doing so well. I do think it's funny though that they created, like the actual like the Critical Role team created the Dagger Heart game, and then they ended up doing a new deal with Hasbro for D&D.
yeah. Well, they're influencing D&D more than anything right now.
Yeah. Well, but the really really funny thing is the Viva La Dirt League guys are now using Dagger Heart for their campaigns.
Oh, jeez.
that they're doing. So
it's a web series influencing D&D, influencing a web series.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder. Brendan Lee Mulligan is the guy who does the DMing on the other show. And I got to imagine that there are people who do other voices, because I always see there's a gal who's she's usually got black hair and it looks like she's kind of always got like her hair and like two like ponytails or pigtails or whatever, and I feel like she's the one right now in Mighty Nine who voices the one drow girl who prays to the stranger or whatever.
Oh, the traveler and the
The
jester.
traveler. Yeah. But she's also she voice um not Caliph. I feel like she voiced somebody else too.
Only there was this thing we could do to like look it up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I sometimes forget who voices who.
Because Mercer is the one who voices. Is he the one who voices Vex?
Yeah,
and then he also voices the John Constantine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the your medieval John Constantine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Laura Bailey is Jester, and what is her, and Vex, and Vex Vexalia.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I'm just trying to think. Yeah. Matthew Mercer is, yeah. The part of the reason why his name is so confusing is because he's why you call him John Constantine, because he actually has two names. He's like, Essek, Thelius, and but then he's also, Bran or something like that.
Yeah.
Is his real name? Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's not the same lady then. Is it?
I also love that like some of the guest actors they've gotten for the show, like Lucy Liu is the Bright Queen, and then Graham McTavish is the king of the Human Empire in that, which I just love, some of the actors they've got. No, it's a great show. I don't know. 3M. I wonder if we'll get any more archive collection reviews. Are we talking Black Series archive? I don't know what other archive waves there are. Is there other archives? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't think that the Laura Bailey is who I'm thinking of from the other.
Oh, no Dungeons and Dragons. Okay, I don't know what Dungeons and Dragons have an archive line. I don't know.
Oh yeah, they did call the Dungeons and Dragons stuff archives. I honestly haven't a clue. What they all. Why they can't get their stuff together for D&D.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No.
Were they going to do any more movies?
They should. So So this is. I was thinking of the Emily Axford, and I thought she was the one who voices Jester, but apparently not, because she. Because she does like that accent and stuff when she plays in Dimension 20. So that's why I thought it was her. They sound almost identical, but yeah, should definitely.
She's done some Critical Role, but she's not.
Yeah, just one shots and stuff. But it's kind of like when Joe Manganiello and Vin Diesel and which was so funny. They had him playing a witch hunter, the character that he played in that movie that wasn't very good.
It was okay.
I didn't say terrible. I said wasn't very good.
I always think of Vin Diesel as an acquired taste.
Yeah, it really does depend with
I
him.
mean, I like most of his films, but
I mean, I do too. Does he mean Mythic Legions All Stars? No, I think he's talking
yeah,
the Dungeons and
it is.
Dragons archives.
I really wish like the Horseman would tie like some kind of thing to one of these, like to either Critical Role or maybe do something with like Sideshow and the Book of the Dead stuff.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
like
I got to assume if they're working, because technically Arcan the Cruel was he's a part of Critical Role.
oh, is he okay?
Yeah, because that's like where that whole thing came from, and it's funny because if you if you know the lore behind the character, if you see the figure, he's got like this arm that looks like it's decaying,
Hmm.
and that's all that they say in the like bio is that his arm is decaying from his arcane magic. Well, they have to say that because they can't say that he has the hand of Vecna.
Wow, 3M is just really hating on Vin Diesel.
I guess so.
I don't know,
But
man.
here's the thing,
Fast
3M.
and the Furious, man. Those are some movies, you know.
He voiced Groot in every single language that they made the movie in. So I mean,
I don't know.
your
I don't
your
got a
boy
problem.
Groot.
I liked him in Triple X.
Yeah,
I didn't mind the Witch Hunter film. Trying to think about like what I actually didn't really watch all of Bloodshot.
the Riddick movies are awesome.
The Riddick movies are awesome. Chronicles of Riddick is great.
I'm patiently waiting for the fourth one that is supposedly coming.
But yeah, I like all the Riddick films. So
Um,
yeah.
but that's like he unfortunately he boxed himself into a corner with the way his characters are portrayed. So like
Yeah.
yes, Iron Giant is one of my favorite
Mhm.
movies. I love that.
Triple X movie with Ice Cube better. I don't know if I go that far.
Come on, the third one's the best one.
I mean, is the third one the one where they bring Vin Diesel back?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how this became the Vin Diesel conversation, but yeah.
Yo soy Groot.
Uh, yeah. No, I don't know. Like but I'm just I got kind of get back to what I was getting at. Like I kind of want a toy line where like the Horsemen do one of these like a Critical Role or some of these fantasy series besides their own stuff,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like they would really lend themselves.
Well,
to
I
it.
mean that's what you got to do. I mean, it's pretty clear that they're still willing to work with people. I mean, we had the guys on last week, and we were talking about the Corsair. Oh boy, I'm gonna like butcher the shit out of it.
Oh, yeah. That other figure series thing. Yeah, the pirates thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I'm so bad.
It's like everybody doing pirates right now, because I know isn't like Valverse doing pirates too.
Yeah. Pirates are about to make their comeback again.
It's awesome. We all did skeletons. Now we're gonna do pirates.
Yep. That's the way it should be. Tide Realms. That's what I was looking for.
How about that today's news though?
The Muppets from NECA.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of knew that was coming, though.
I think Bert and Ernie and Big Bird, the Sesame Street stuff, kind of was the gateway, and plus with NECA having decent licensing with Disney.
Yeah, well, them and then acquiring Diamond Select too. So
it's going to be the closest I'm ever going to get to a new Palisades line. It's like I'm so excited because first off, the Sesame Street figures freaking rock.
Yeah, I pre-ordered Big Bird with the quickness.
Yeah, I did too.
And that's crazy because that's going to be my first one because I
have Bert and Ernie still in box. But
I haven't done Bert and Ernie or the Count.
Have they put the Count up?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did I tell you
for a while?
I'm like, did I not order the count? Because now I need to order the count.
But yes, NECA definitely needs to do Cookie Monster, but
he's like in stock on NECA. I've completely not realized I haven't ordered him.
Yeah.
Or not NECA. He's in stock on BBTS. I actually need to order
him. He's been out for a minute.
Okay, well, I suck.
Well, it's difficult that they don't like, you know, they are like, look at these 3 figures that are going to be coming out, and then they put out 2, and then they put out 1 like a month later.
There's just too much. I mean, can you tell there's too much stuff?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like I can't. There's so many things that I have missed. Like then now that I'm like almost like trying to backlog onto some stuff. Like there's Hot Toys I'm missing that just bug the crap out of me. And now it's like because Sideshow and Hot Toys have done this like crazy thing where they're actually like trying to do limited runs and sell out because they don't have overstock. Because Sideshows have been notoriously for bad on overstock lately. That's why I've been couponing the crap out of stuff. But so now it's like there are figures that are basically like low stock warning. And so it's like crap. I don't want to miss it. Like Daredevil was from Born Again, just went low stock. Mr. Freeze from Batman and Robin went low stock recently. It's like, crap. And they are selling out. Like I've got figures that basically I'm still making payments on that are on waitlist now. That I'm really glad that I've got the order in.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the Terminator stuff and Doctor Doom. Like I got that. That was a waitlist one. The comic book Venom. Like I'm still making payments on, but that's gone. Waitlist are sold out. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So no, I'm gonna have to. Like I said, he's in the count's in stock for $42 on BBTS. But yeah,
check Amazon.
That's a good point. Count Von Count.
You can.
Does he come with a letter? That's the only way I want to know.
Yes.
No, he comes with number 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say it comes with a number, but you can order them right now on Target for $35.
That might be what I end up doing. I'm checking Amazon right now. Yeah, I don't see him on Amazon. Okay, so Target.
Yeah.
Got to shave them money. Got to shave them $5.
$34.99.
Dave Wallet is screwed with NECA moments. Yeah, no, Dave. Dave let me know right away, and we were both like, "Yeah, we're done." Because I'm a complete I'll do all of it. Because I've been backtracking and doing the Palisades line right now, and getting stuff. But yeah, no, like I think I have every Diamond figure, and I have. I mean, obviously, there's my Swedish Chef and Kitchen right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, from the Palisades line, I'm. In fact, the only thing I might still do with the Palisades is like I was saying to you guys earlier. I want to get the backstage. I don't have the backstage, and I don't have the Electric Mayhem stuff. That's the 2 things I kind of want to get.
Brad, Count's not a Target exclusive. You can order them at Target.
No,
you can order them on BBTS. You can order them on.
So they're like it's not like it's like timed exclusive or first release exclusive is what they've been doing. So like they will go to Target first, like a lot of NECA stuff does this.
Well, yeah, like the Ninja Turtle stuff.
Yeah, some of the stuff will go to Target first, but it will be available later everywhere. So yeah, it's I mean, and they've kind of like they've said that like yeah, Target will have it first because of whatever Halloween or whatever runs they're doing, but yeah, they'll be available like per pre-order on BBTS and things like that. And hell, if you like wait long enough, you can just get them on clearance at Best Buy.
That too, yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten a few NECA figures that way. In fact, I just picked up Vincent Price. So I'm really happy about that for NECA. So yeah. No, I'm excited. Oh, you found Bert Nerdy at Best Buy. Yeah, I think I got one of them for half off that way. I think it was Ernie. I think I got Ernie for 50% off, which was hilarious because I still meant I think I made a pre-order at BBTS or Entertainment Earth, and they still hadn't fulfilled it, and so I was like, well, I'm gonna get them half off, and then I'm gonna cancel my pre-order. Yeah, the Vincent Price. Yeah, I think it's still in stock on BBTS. I don't know. I'm gonna check. Yeah, he's in stock. He's $38 on BBTS.
I need to get.
And the black and white version is up for pre-order for $42.
I need to get the Archie Wingnut and Screw Loose eventually.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm not really big on the Archie line, so
yeah.
But yeah, NECA getting Muppets is freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's so weird. Like I was thinking about this, like after I heard about the Muppets line, like this year is going to be this weird, like resurrection of Diamond or Palisades, so like Muppet, so like NECA getting Muppets, and then Nacelle doing Star Trek. And Nacelle doing Star Trek is very much a like almost like a spiritual successor to the Art Asylum line. So it's kind of like weird, like that's kind of like it's like, hey, I can like sort of continue with these older lines, but like now they've been born again, kind of thing. So I don't know, I'm just kind of enjoying it. I don't know, and what's so sad is like I was telling because I went to the Minton Box 2-year anniversary, you know, that you apparently decided not to work for.
I had to take the day off.
Yeah, you can't even go to your store's birthday. So yeah, but I was telling Mike, Nacelle doing Star Trek feels like they're cheapening out almost. What do you mean they're cheapening out almost? I don't see how you even mean by that. Nacelle doing Star Trek. First off, the company is named after Star Trek. And Brian, I mean, having literally, I've spoken to Brian Boquist, and as well as the other guys from Nacelle last year. They're pretty crazy about that line, and the accessories and the diorama pieces and stuff. And they're going hardcore.
And just the simple fact that they are transparent, and they are openly stating, yeah, we fucked up, and if you got a figure, we're gonna send you a new one.
Yeah, well, yeah, they had that first batch of QC problems, and they're gonna take care of it. I mean, it sucks it's a delay, but no, they're taking it on the chin on that one.
Yeah,
they're I don't know how they'll be cheap, but they're I mean, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like they're literally going to take a hit on that.
I don't. I guess I'm at a loss. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know where you guys are talking about. You similar to the Super 7 line. First off, they've already committed way more to the line than Super 7 ever did. And, they haven't canceled figures.
I would like to point out that the Captain Kirk figure comes with a fucking horse as an accessory, a full-sized horse.
Yeah, I like literally. I don't know what you guys are feeling cheap. Like I said, Nacelle is honestly going to kill it with this Trek line. First off, I've seen the Paint Masters. I mean, they're gorgeous figures.
And I mean, I 3M, I do get what you're saying and how there's just no standard versions of a lot of the characters.
Except there are.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean,
no. So literally, the next wave 3 that they're going to put out is literally is TOS.
Yeah.
No, so they admitted that they knew people who have been saying that they want standard uniform figures like the Bridge Crews. So the first 2 waves are assortments, and then wave 3 is going to be TOS. Wave 4 will go back to assortment, and one of the other things they're doing at these assortment waves is they're doing like mini collections. So like one of the things they're doing the Generations crew, but in the old naval uniforms. They're doing that as part of like mini lines, and they're doing those. Yeah, but they're doing full Bridge Crews. So wave 3 is going to be TOS. Wave 5 will be next gen, and so on and so forth. So every odd number wave is going to be full Bridge Crews. So,
which I think is awesome.
No, they basically agreed to that, and so part of it's like they're going to put out wave 3 probably pretty soon here because or put out for pre-order because it's the 60th anniversary, and they've already shown Spock and Uhura.
Do we know? Are they able to do anything? Can they do Discovery and
Their
Strange
licensing
World?
is not anything new. The newer Trek.
Okay, so
But
it's all
they said that gets renegotiated. That might get renegotiated, and they'll do it. They're going to in talks with Paramount. They got to just see what happens. But no, their deal was basically up through Nemesis.
gotcha. Okay,
So basically everything pre
so no Kelvin,
no Kelvin,
no
yeah.
Paramount Plus stuff.
Yeah, none. Yeah, but regardless, I mean, I think the figures look gorgeous. They're including a ton of accessories. I mean, like diorama pieces, like I mean, Tony mentioned the horse. That Kirk comes with that horse, but like the naval uniform, Geordi's going to come with a holodeck arch. The Romulan commander comes with a whole like console. Janeway, the Janeway Year of Hell is going to come with her chair. I mean, like they're
awesome.
giving you like full diorama pieces with them. When is Wave 2 from Biker Master Mars?
I gotta assume it's probably going to be pretty soon. And you know what, Mike? And again, I want to express too that their customer service is top notch. Because when the RoboForce figures came out, I pre-ordered both of them directly from Nacelle, and I got them, and my wrecker was like one whole leg was like locked up on it, and like nothing I did could get it to come apart. And I like sent them a video basically showing them that it was, and they're like, okay, no problem. And they sent me a whole brand new one. I didn't even have to send them the other one or anything. I do have criticisms of those. I do wish that they would have come with swappable feet instead of having them just be the suction cups, which I know was the original gimmick, but they're incredibly heavy figures, and the suction cups aren't conductive for standing very well. But I did get all three of the Biker Mice figures, and they're phenomenal. Like I think they're really, really well made. I did get the what is his name? Marshall Moo Montana from Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Awesome figure, really well done, really well constructed. Unfortunately I didn't grab any of the bikes when they were out, and I honestly probably would have only just grabbed one bike just because it's a lot of real estate to put them with the bikes and stuff. But
so I'm gonna put this out there. Like think about this here. Like in their first wave, yeah, I know it's the weirdest character and some of the weirdest lines, but they put Valkyris, who literally is in Star Trek 3 for the first 5 minutes, and then she's dead. She's killed. She comes with a full Genesis torpedo and the Genesis control console. To literally from Wrath of Khan. She comes with the whole Genesis device from Wrath of Khan, plus a Batleth, plus a Klingon disruptor. I mean, you think about all of the accessories that come with it, and then now I want you to think about that. Like, and by the way, she's $28.99 on BT.
Yeah, that's wild.
She's coming with all of those accessories that we never even saw her with in the movie, but they're just kind of like, these kind of make sense with her because she's whatever.
If this would have been Hasbro, that'd be $80.
No. This is where I was going to go with. And now I want you all to think about Rock Python, the Marvel Legend from Rock Python, that you really didn't care about, but you wanted that Build-A-Figure arm. I'm just saying, I want you to think about like if this was a Hasbro thing versus Nacelle. Like, yeah.
Well, and I think it just goes to show you that the companies are capable of making things. Like, do I think Nacelle's going to get rich off of these? Probably not. But I think this is what happens.
It shows care.
When you have a person making something that they care about. They want to make sure they can get it into every single person's hands that they possibly can.
Yeah, I really want to just, and I feel like I talk about.
Send me a picture. I want to see.
Yeah, well, I feel like I talk about Nacelle every time I come on here, but
no, and that's totally fine. I think
and they don't give me any money. They don't give me free figures either. But I'm really excited about that line. That's going to be my new Marvel Legends line. I'm like. I could, yeah. I mean, first of all, I stopped. I mean, I pick up a few legends here and there now, but I'm really, like, I'm all in on Nacelle's line. Like, and part of it, I'm a big Star Trek fan, so like, and yeah, like you're saying, like, I
I'm not. So for me, for Trek, it was the Next Generation is what I was my main Star Trek.
Did you Dave's trolling? So
Maybe. And I didn't do a whole lot. I didn't care much for Deep Space Nine. That wasn't my cup of tea.
you are wrong, and we will fix that one of these days.
Well, I mean, maybe I do need to revisit it.
Especially like here, do this one like if you, I don't know if you have Paramount Plus, just start with Way of the Warrior. Like it's like season 4. Yeah, because that's when Worf gets in there, and you'll love it. You'll love it if you just start there and just go. You'll be fine.
And you know what? I'm sure I probably would. I think it was just lost on me when I was younger because I don't think it wasn't really geared for like a younger audience. It didn't have like the same. It wasn't the same formula.
3M, you and me both. I would kill for some Babylon 5 figures. First, as somebody who actually has a Babylon 5 figure collection that's sitting in a tote, because I have oh god, who made those? Do you remember who made those old Babylon 5 figures?
I have no idea. Art Asylum?
No. It wasn't even Art Asylum. Now I got to figure out who actually made the figures.
But like, I'm excited. Like, I won't buy the like crazy one-off figures because I don't have attachments to them. But I'll definitely get like the entire Next Generation Bridge Crew. Like, I'd buy all of them. I would buy unpopular opinion. I would buy Archer from Enterprise because I loved that show. And I'd probably buy a handful of
the exclusive Premiere ones. Yeah, I guess exclusive Premiere the name of the company. I thought it was like I wasn't who actually made them.
And I'd probably buy a handful of Voyager figures, and I'd probably end up buying some of the like characters from some of the movies and stuff. So no,
they had a 5-inch line.
Contact and Nemesis and stuff like that. Like I'd definitely be buying some characters. But my whole thing is like I've always been very apprehensive to start buying Star Trek figures because it seems like every time I do, the line gets canceled. Like I have the Kirk and Spock from Diamond Select Toys.
Oh,
that they did of the Kelvin ones. So I have those two.
I have those two. The Diamond Select one, yeah.
Yeah, and then I bought the Picard from McFarlane, and then they didn't make any more. I mean, I know they did Kirk, but I just bought Picard. And then like when the new Playmates ones came out, like I bought a couple of those, and they literally that was like the only wave that they put out was like the one they did one from Next Generation, one from Discovery, and one from the original series. And yeah. We'll see you later, Spike.
Yeah, so yeah, it was exclusive Premiere, but yeah, no, I'm not talking about the soft goods, Dave. They had a 5-inch figure line, and I have a ton of them.
Are you sure it's not Playmates?
They almost kind of look Playmates-esque, and they're like 5 POA. They're like really, but they're Babylon 5. It's awesome.
Yeah, 3M. Yeah, the Super 7 line, but that's Super 7 though. Like I mean, I wasn't gonna buy them anyways because
I pre-ordered them and I canceled them. It was. First off, I've never been a Super 7 fan, and I have a few of their figures, and the sucks is almost all of them are still in box. Like all of my 2003 Turtles stuff is still in box, and I need to get to it, but like I love 2003 that I had to do that. But man, I do not like them as a company. I don't like what they do design wise. Their Power Ranger stuff just was gross. Yeah,
Josh, it's still kind of up for debate, my guy. I have both. I haven't gotten the second wave of the McFarlane ones, but I have Leo and um, Raph, right? Yeah, no, Donatello and Raph. I think were the no Donatello and Leo, right? I don't know. I have the first two, and
Mhm.
they're okay. I mean, they have a very weird feel in the hand. That it's not like they're gummy or rubbery, but they're I don't know. There's something about them that yeah, Donnie and Leo. Yeah, I've got Donnie and Leo, and I think Shredder. And I like them. Um, and I'll probably get Bebop and Rocksteady. But I mean, I'll probably finish off the Turtles, and then I guess we'll wait and see at Toy Fair if they're going to announce more.
When is Toy Fair
Um,
this year?
I got to assume it's within the next like 3 weeks, probably in the mid to late February.
Toy Fair 2026. Yeah, February 14th through 17th.
Okay. Um, so I mean, I got to assume that they'll announce some more. I'd like to see them. And I know McFarlane listens, and I know he tries to fix things when he can. Um, it's a process usually. Like I mean, obviously the turtles are going to be out, but I'd like to see them fix the scaling. I'd like to see them go away from the weird like pegs that they're using because you can have swappable hands and swappable feet to give them like bent toes or whatever. But they're like trying to think of like a really good, like when they have an action figure and the pieces are like identical, but they're like, we need you to plug it into this one and we need you to plug this one into this one. And they'll change like the peg shape. So it's like, maybe an L or something. These are like, they're like squares, but like, they've kind of got like an angled corner and stuff and they just pop on and they're not super secure.
You mean like Keyed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I had.
I always think it's weird. Like I love messing with like Marvel Legends and looking at like because first like so if I sell any of my Legends, it's really good because I have to go back and like go all through all my parts drawers and like try to figure out which hands go with which. And I have a drawer like full of just Spider-Man hands. And the only reason I can never figure it out is because I take the figure that I have, pull one of the hands off to figure out what the peg looks like. Because of course they've changed the peg design slightly over with how the mushroom head looks and
Yeah.
how the stem looks. So like I can use that to like
Figure
out which hands go with. And obviously, I'll go look at a photo online too, like which hands came with this. But like, I will end up doing that because I'm like, cool. I know that they've changed this hand stem slightly. Yeah.
But they're good for what they are. We kind of talked about this last night and how we're at least with the turtles. The artist, and I forget what his name is, but they are really we don't really think the art necessarily translates well to three-dimensional. Like their heads are just kind of off always, it seems like, because we've kind of as we've when we first had them, the turtles always kind of had this like dome, and then their heads kind of stuck out like a little bit on the sides for like their cheeks and stuff, and there was like the beak almost, but it wasn't really the beak, like there was their nose. So their heads have always kind of had this shape. And then when the IDW books first started, they made the heads very round, kind of like, just like a normal like looking turtle head. And I think that's kind of what, and it's a little rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess from what 3M's saying is they have the last Ronin license NECA does, but they don't have the
It is
rest of
super
IDW.
weird how turtles have been carved up.
Yeah.
And now of course Playmate's not being master toy.
Yeah.
Like, you want to talk about like the way licenses are like really really up in the air these days, but then like everybody has a turtles license.
Yeah. Well, and it was so crazy too because like I legitimately and this was years ago, I said this out loud, and I've been proven wrong at this point now. But I legitimately, I thought it was all a tactic on Playmate's part because
Mhm.
I guess I've always had this misunderstanding of how the Playmates Turtles license worked. I literally thought Playmates had the turtle license in perpetuity. Like I didn't think they could lose it
Yeah, me neither. I thought it
unless
was
they
like almost
chose
like a
to
lifetime
lose it.
license too, the way
You
it was
know,
treated.
yeah. So I'm wondering if they're choosing not to renew the license. But I was basically under the impression that they had it forever, um, because of whatever deal that they made back in the day. But I legitimately thought how because for decades it was just Playmates. It was only Playmates. Well, then all of a sudden NECA had it, and then all of a sudden Super 7 had it, and then all of a sudden Hasbro's making Turtles with the Power Rangers, and
Mhm.
then Mattel's making Turtles with Masters of the Universe, and then then there's this Many Toys ones coming out, and then there's the Heat Boys doing the Mecha Turtles, and now they're going to do action figures too, and then there was this company doing them in 1/6 scale, and Mondo's doing them, and this company, and I was like, this is Playmates letting people have the license to test the waters, and then they're just going to be like, okay, nobody else can make turtles again, and these are the turtles we're going to make, and this is how they're going to be, and that's I like legitimately thought they were going to do, but I guess not. It's just
Yeah, go Joy Toy. Yeah, I was gonna say, like I said, everyone under the sun now has a Turtles license. Has some
yeah, toy
form of
toy, yeah.
turtle. And like I'm really excited about that Mondo Donatello. Um, I actually did order it. I'm probably gonna do all the turtles. And they're expensive. But I really like what they're doing with that. I like that it's kind of like this weird fusion of like animation plus the live action,
Hmm.
and it just kind of works. Like I
Yeah.
was actually kind of shocked by how well it worked.
Hmm.
I mean, would I love, a 12-inch line or a 1/6 scale movie line or even animated line? Yes, because it would be awesome to have those like properly in scale with like my Hot Toys. I mean, I sold my quarter scales. I have the NECA 7-inch still. I love my NECA 7-inch stuff.
Yes,
Um,
yeah, 3M. Give it another 2 years, and Jada will have the Ninja Turtle license too. Hey,
don't they? Oh
no,
no.
I say give every freaking toy license
Oh,
to
oh my
Jada.
god, tournament fighters.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
You know what? I'd be okay with that if Jada figured out a way to get the tournament fighters
Do
Ninja Turtle
tournament
license.
They could do tournament fighters and then follow it up with the uh what is it, the Battle Nexus or whatever, like
Yeah,
the story that's going on right now.
I
What up,
need
Epic Badger?
I need tournament I need tournament fight Jada, especially since they've got the Street Fighter lines. I
Yeah.
want tournament fighter Ninja Turtle line Jada. That would be
Um Tim, I'm indifferent. I don't play Magic. I mean, I guess it's cool. I
yeah.
know.
I it's funny. Like I've bought some of the licensed Magic stuff, but then I ended up just selling it because I don't care.
Yeah.
I play Magic so rarely. Like I have buddies who like occasionally play and like I'll be over at their house and they'll be like, hey, let's play Magic, and they will do like a deck run or something like that. But yeah, I don't really play Magic.
Yeah.
I don't really like it's hard for me. Like I did Pokemon like way back in the day, like when it was first starting out, and I did Yu-Gi-Oh for a little bit for like CG's game. My problem is it's that stuff is like more addictive than anything, and it's a great way to just blow your money. And I'm sitting in a realm of plastic crack. Um, yeah, I just don't. And the other thing that like I think probably does it for me with card, and I'm not like knocking anybody who gets you likes trading card games. The problem for me is it's like, is it a collectible or is it a game? Because you're almost assuredly like kind of damaging your. That's really cool. Like if you play with them, you risk like hurting the value of the cards.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that always kind of weirded me out a little bit too. And then you got people like do proxy decks and things like I don't know.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's cool. I mean, like they've got, the movie
we do need
turtle,
Castlevania figures. We
right?
absolutely
Yeah.
do need Castlevania figures. I would love Castlevania.
I know we had just gotten a few of them from the Netflix series.
Yeah.
From Diamond. But it's just kind of one of those. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, that's cool. How about you give us like characters we know and care about? You know, like where's the Simon Belmont figure? Like where's the Alucard and the Dracula? And they just gave us a bunch of like side characters in the first two waves.
Didn't SHF or somebody do a Solid Snake?
I know Figma has.
Figma did. That's what it was. Figma did some Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I think Figma's done a couple, and I want to say Revoltech did.
You probably can find them at Box Lunch. You know.
Yeah.
Symphony of the Night figures. Yes, I want Symphony of the Night figures.
Yeah.
That would be freaking awesome.
Yes, Badger. I absolutely agree. We need. I know that there's a ton of like third-party Resident Evil figures that are coming out, but we need a legit, full-blown like licensed Resident Evil line.
I'm still going to go back to the 3M. I actually really would like, and it'll never happen, but I would love a modern Babylon 5 line.
Yeah.
I also would like just like Star Trek. I would like ships, because there was never really a good Babylon 5 ship line. There was all the model kit stuff, and then there was the like pseudo micro machine things like this is that came with the figures, which I love. And these are really cool. But like I said, I would love something more like a Master Replicas or an Eagle Moss kind of style Babylon 5 line. That would be like freaking awesome. And a great way for me to lose all my money.
Never. I will never sell my Beautiful Joe figure.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know Beautiful Joe?
What's Beautiful Joe?
It was a video game. It's a Capcom.
Okay. I can look it up. I don't. I learn new things every time I hang out with you. What is Beautiful Joe? I like sort of. Okay, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, it was just a weird game and TV show.
I was like, that's kind of like, it kind of reminds me like Vector Man. Yeah. Later, Tim.
Yeah, they did. I don't even know what.
Well, I know most of the cast is dead, but first off, they had to have had some kind of like likeness deal at some point with all the figures, and then the other thing is, it's a Warner Brothers property, so you would think that like somebody could actually, do you know, it would be really like out of the blue, like you know, like how Hot Toys every now and then does like a really weird ass like out of the blue nobody expected, like, and you know, like they're doing K-pop.
I cannot believe how expensive those are.
Oh, I don't even know. I haven't even looked because
they're like 400 some plus.
Oh, but I was gonna say, you know, but since the Warner Brothers just loves to give the licenses to everybody, I would laugh my ass off if like one of these days like InArt is doing like InArt Babylon 5 figures. I would like, you know, for like $1,000 a pop. Like I would do it.
Josh, you missed that already. You'll have to watch the replay. We did a solid like 15-20 minutes on the nacelle Star Trek figures.
Yeah, no, we were chatting about just how great that stuff is looking. And we're like excited for I mean, obviously Wave 1 is about to ship. I know that some of the early QC ones issues, those shipped out, but no, we're excited for the line. But I mean, so just to recap, Josh, Wave 3 is going to be when that pre-order goes up, that'll be all the original series, and like that's going to be really cool when they start doing Bridge Cruise. And we're excited for that. But yes, we are. I'm very excited as a
you don't have to apologize.
No, Josh, and Josh, I think on my YouTube you can watch the panel. I recorded the whole panel from C2E2. That's on my YouTube, you know, which is the same as my, you know, Diving Jail. So I have the C2E2 panel from last year, and I don't think I recorded the Las Vegas one because I don't think I was allowed to at Las Vegas, but I went to both panels.
That's why you start recording and you just
no, because they had signs up that literally said don't do that. C2E2 didn't give a shit. But yeah,
You're gonna have to take everyone's glasses from now on when they start going into these things.
I'm not going to piss off the people at Star Trek Las Vegas, especially since I'm trying to go back this year. But actually, that was a lot of fun though. Like because I got to talk to Brian Volquist and Nacelle, and just chatting with them, and also when I was at Vegas, I got to do Nanjing Tam at Vexo 6. So no, those are so cool getting to meet the guys, and you can tell that like Josh, I'm gonna not respond to that. But you could tell like how much they're Star Trek fans, and how much they love it.
Well, yeah, like unlike the people who made Star Trek Academy, that they like.
I don't.
I mean, again, I'm not even a Trekkie, and when I saw the picture, I was like, "Wait, what?" And even as basically a tourist when it comes to Star Trek, even I knew that the lady with the white and black face didn't make sense.
3M, I would say season 3 was a lot better. I mean, it's not perfect, but
I enjoyed Picard for what it
was. But what I am not a fan of anything of the new Trek. I mean, honestly, I can't say. Lower Decks was okay, Prodigy was okay, but what I will say is most of the Kurtzman stuff I have not been a huge fan of, and too much to the point. And Discovery I absolutely hated, and that's why I still haven't watched Section 31. I'm not going to watch Starfleet Academy because it's all Discovery. It's all really tied to Discovery stuff, and I just don't care. Which is sad because it's just not the Star Trek that I want. It's not the Star Trek that I love. Which thank God, the Orville was around. And obviously I'm hoping that they'll get another season.
That makes me sad.
Strange New Worlds was okay, and this last season was really bad. It was really bad. They clearly don't understand who Spock is. They have written Spock incredibly terrible. And the fact that he's in these weird love triangles, yeah, I like Anson Mount. I like he's probably the only thing I really like about is his Pike. But yeah, and part of it's because like they're not. Man, I'm gonna go on a rant. I was gonna say if you really want like good Star Trek, like watch anything Robert Meyer Burnett does on his YouTube. Got to meet him in Vegas too. But what I would say is none of the, like classic Star Trek really had a lot of inspiration, and there's a lot of like really good science fiction writers who were writing, for the concepts and things like that. Versus the modern writing for all the modern Star Trek and Paramount. It is incredibly dumbed down. It is more fantasy based. It's clearly people who are inspired more by like shows like Buffy and Angel, which again I like Buffy and Angel, but they're not Star Trek. And the language of the show is not sophisticated, and they're playing almost to the lowest common denominator because they're trying to like appeal to like any fan, anybody can watch it. Versus classic Star Trek,
they're basically leaning into dick and fart jokes.
Yeah. It's a lot more lowbrow, and the language is. I mean, you think about like Starfleet Academy and Discovery and Discovery season 3 on, where this is 1,000 years in the future. Or do you really think they're going to use some of the contemporary language that they're talking with? I mean, it is just beyond me. And there's been lots of criticisms like earbuds that with LEDs and jump rope with LEDs. It's like that's the future tech, and like it's weird. Yeah, I'm putting Spock in a love story. Yeah.
I mean, so same thing. And I could pretty much say this to a lot of franchises, right? Like Star Wars. I'm tired. You guys, they could make anything that has nothing to do with the Skywalkers ever again, and I'd be totally content with it. You could also do anything that basically doesn't have Jedi or Sith in it ever again, and I'd be okay with it. It's one of those things that's been done to death, and I would like to have some shows in the even set in the Star Trek universe that almost have like next to nothing to do with Starfleet. Like you could just have like a group of like smugglers or something. Like I'd watch something like it can be set in the universe. It doesn't have to revolve around what's, and again,
So
it's kind of like my concept with Terminator. And I tell people that my favorite Terminator movie is Salvation,
yeah.
even though I will always love one and two. Salvation's my favorite one because it's the only one that's different.
So
Same thing with Predator Badlands.
so so
That's probably my new favorite Predator movie.
so Josh and Thram, you guys are really there. And so what I'll say is like one of the biggest problems with modern Star Wars and Star Trek is there's not a whole lot of thought given to the storytelling about how to get to something, how to get to there. What basically, and Kurtzman's even admitted this in interviews. He wants his characters to feel a certain way, a certain emotion, and then he writes backwards from there. But he doesn't really think about it, like up to the point where lines don't make sense and plot lines don't make sense because he just wants to get the characters to a certain emotional state. Like, and he wants to put them like this person's in love with this person hates this person. He wants to, or they're jealous. Like he wants to put them, but it's all about emotion and feeling versus actually good storytelling and good narratives.
Yeah,
and that's a real challenge.
but not, and that's the part that sucks because it's like
But
not everything has to be a relationship. you
see,
know,
it's really funny. It's really funny to say that because I actually am far more familiar with far more forgiving with Star Wars lately because like okay, Acolyte was ugh. But I'm really excited for Maul. I love all I loved Bad Batch. I loved Rebels and things like that.
well,
I am super excited about Ahsoka season 2.
well,
Um,
but the thing, okay, so here's the thing. Everything that you're saying right now is Dave Filoni, and I'm not going to disagree with anything that you're saying, but that's because we were, to each their own, but it never made sense to me why Disney was like, okay, we're just going to let Filoni sit on the back burner and we're going to have Kathleen Kennedy run this. And it's like,
Kurtzman doesn't like Star Trek 3.
but
He's
like,
admitted that he doesn't.
why though? Because like, like Filoni was basically Lucas's protege.
Yep.
So that guy had the most and
Um,
the best understanding of what was, like what the vision
I,
was.
I, I like Filoni plus Favreau, but
Well,
I do like Filoni as a writer. I mean, I know a lot of people get really mad with Filoni because it's all of his stuff is tied to prequel. Is tied to the prequel era. I mean, obviously Ahsoka is but even
well,
that is
I mean,
grounded in.
well, Ahsoka's not. I mean, well, sort of, but Mando's not really like there. It has aspects, but it's not really directly tied. I mean,
That's a good point, 3.
it's very, it's very true. Yes. Yeah. Let me just. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that one needs to be called out.
And again, and earlier this week, I was having this discussion about Acolyte, and there was a lot about it that I didn't like, but there was a handful of things that I did like. I love that they brought in
the
the
fight choreography is some of the best you'll ever see.
Oh yeah, the fight photography or choreography is fantastic. I really liked Kamir. I really liked the Stranger. I liked everything about his character, and I want more of his character. But I feel like everything else about it was there was one. I feel like it was agenda e. Like I really feel like the way the Senate was with the Jedi Order was very much like the defund the Jedi, and I feel like them doing what they did with the two the two sisters, but even though they weren't sisters because they were the same person, it basically pissed all over Anakin Skywalker and his, that he wasn't really special, that the Force has done this before, probably many a times from the way it sounds. And and I think that sucks. And I go, wait, they have they have a I would understand one rogue Jedi, but five Jedi doing something very un-Jedi like, and then at
Wait,
the end, I'm assuming the green lady was the person who was like the Grand Master of the Jedi Order at the time, decides to continue the charade, and then goes and talks to Yoda. Like, if that would have continued, like, you trying to tell me that like Yoda didn't step in and go, what's going on? Because something don't feel right now.
Again, I'm gonna say this is the thing about it. I mean, they wrote that show with they had places they want certain feelings to go. They wanted people to feel certain ways at certain times, and that one they wanted, and they did that over the narrative, like over actually any logical narrative. I'm sorry, but I mean the fact that we had 2 episodes out of 8 that were devoted to how the little girl set fire to the place,
Yeah,
that made no sense.
Also, I'd really like to point out that they lied to us right from the get-go.
What do you mean?
Well, when they originally announced the Acolyte, they told us that it was going to be a Sith-centric show. Like, basically, we were going to watch a show with the Sith being the main characters, and that's clearly not.
I think if you want a Sith-centric show, you're about to get one. It's called Maul Shadow Lord.
Well, sure, but at this point, Maul's not a Sith anymore.
How the hell does Stoneburn? It's funny you guys made the OSHA joke, and all I can think of myself is like that has got to be the worst, most constructed place where literally the whole place starts on fire for like nothing about it made sense, and again, fight choreography beautiful, and part of it's because you literally had Matrix stuff in the beginning. I mean, up to it, including one of the actors,
and then we basically got like this, like it was like and everybody's like, whoa, and all we saw was this. Like, how can you do that? Like, how can you?
It's called teasing you because we're hoping to get a second season.
Do something like that and then just be like, nah, fuck that. We ain't doing a second season.
I actually disagree, 3M, on that one. I thought Savage was a different character. I love Savage, and including Maul into it, and giving more motivation and backstory to the two of them and how they brought Maul back. And Savage was one type of character, and Maul was the other. And yeah, Maul was a dick to him. But I liked the fact that it did both. You got 2 different, very distinct characters, and because I think the fear was that Savage would be a Maul clone, and he's not.
Yeah, and to be fair, they that wasn't the first time they did that. In the Star Wars Visionaries comic book was actually where that whole idea originated from. Even though it was just a we got like this much of it, but there's literally Maul shows up on Tatooine, shows up at the Lars homestead, and he's got big ass giant horns, no shirt, and he's got the badass robot legs that he has that he gets right after he loses the like spider bodies in the show. And he shows up to kill Luke, and he's not there for Luke. He wants Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan shows up, and Obi-Wan starts fighting him, and Lars shoots him in the side of the head, and that's how Darth Maul comes back and dies very so briefly. So it wasn't a new idea by any means.
So Josh, what I will say is this about you're making the rap about dissing your fans and things like that. It almost seems like it's become this playbook, right? If there's nobody watching it and things like that, like one of the things we do is we insult the fans and call them all bigots and racists and whatever, and then it's the fans are to blame for why our ratings suck, not the writing, not the anything like that. It seems to be able to play, and I feel like Starfleet Academy is going down that same route. Discovery has a lot of that problem. Acolyte clearly did.
What is Josh talking about?
Oh, the woman who played Osha did a whole bunch of stuff.
Well,
but I was also going to say Doctor Who did the same thing, right? Shudigatwa did a whole bunch of like go out and touch grass kind of comments and things like that, and then like had the lowest ratings ever. And it is really becoming this playbook of like, let's insult the fans and see where that goes, because it's the fans to blame for why our show sucks.
Well, I mean, this is just literally from an objective standpoint. So please don't all of a sudden teleport behind me, Graham, and turn my head around backwards. But I feel like a lot of the problems started when they brought Peter Capaldi in, and I love Capaldi, so like this isn't me shitting on Capaldi, but what I'm getting at is
hold on, folks. I'll be right back. I need to go. I need to go make a quick drive.
you had Eccleston, you had Smith, or you had Tennant, and then you had Smith. You had these young, attractive guys doing these things, and they brought in this whole new audience, and then they kind of were like, we're going to go back to doing what we used to do, and then we're going to have an old dude play. And I don't have a problem with this. I don't. I'm just saying from an objective point, I can see where things started to go downhill. So I feel like they started to lose the younger generation by bringing.
I would say you have probably a point where there was a good female audience base who really loved Tennant and Smith, and I think there was a risk in casting Capaldi. That being said, I think Capaldi, as you well know, I think is a great actor.
I agree very well. I have no problem with his run as the Doctor. I'm just saying, like I said, from the objective point, like I can understand. But after him, it was it.
I would say from a business and marketing perspective, I absolutely agree with you. That there was some risk there. I would say from a storytelling, I mean.
Oh, yeah, and the storytelling was totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of you can tell there's a little bit of Moffat's burnout going on there, but because Moffat basically became the top shit, because he was doing Sherlock at the same time and things like that. But I would agree that his performance was really good and his acting was really good. The irony of Shudigatwa telling people to touch grass is that they blame the lack of viewership on good weather too. Like, you know what's funny is I actually didn't mind Shudi as an actor, as the Doctor, but it. I don't think his stories were very good. Just to be quite frankly,
I can pinpoint it exactly for him. So, in the past, whether it was, I guess I can't recall if Eccleston ever did. He got emotional, but I don't ever recall Eccleston ever crying. But Tennant cried, Smith cried. And when they did, it was very important. It carried weight. There was a reason. The problem with Shudi is he cried in every fucking episode, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know if I go that far. Like,
too overly emotional, and
Eccleston certainly had emotion. I would say the ending of Dalek is very emotional. I mean, and even some of the stuff in Boomtown and things like. I mean, he Eccleston did a really good job with the emotion stuff too. What I would actually blame most of Shudi's problems on terrible writing. I mean, I'm sorry. The Dot and Bubble episode is the dumbest hour of television. I mean, I didn't think I could hate an episode more than that Planet 53 one of Jodie's run. Which was that really terrible environmental message, like wrapped in a story, trying to be a story. And then Dot and Bubble came around, and Dot and Bubble basically showed that you can write a story worse. What?
I said you lost me with that because I literally watched the first 2 episodes of her run and it was like, nope, I'm done. I'm out.
So have you seen Dot and Bubble?
Nope.
Dot and Bubble is the planet or the city of the people who have become so dependent on their social network bubbles. And what and they're so and they're so stupid that they're not they can't, because they have these bubbles wrapped around their head. That's their social media application and things like that. And they don't look at the real world. And what happens is they're literally getting eaten by slug monsters. And you literally have this character that you're following through the episode, who doesn't know how to walk. She's too stupid to know how to walk without the bubble telling her which way to go, to the point where she's going to walk literally into a slug monster. She's going to walk directly into the jaws of a slug, and she knows she's doing it. That's how stupid she is. And it just and then the best part of the episode. I mean, first off, she's not a really likable character too. She ends up getting somebody killed who's trying to help her. Because she basically is like, kill him, not me. And then ultimately the end is she won't go with the doctor. Like the doctor wants to save them all. She won't go with them because it turns out the entire planet is racist. They're all white, and there's this subtle undertone that you don't realize, and then you find the ending is literally they don't trust the darkies. It was like the worst episode of television ever.
Josh,
it was like this weird, horrible message show tied in with characters that are too stupid. They're gonna walk into the jaws. It is just so bad.
Josh, I cannot concur with you anymore. So much so that I literally used the from Matt Smith's final speech, a good chunk of that, where he's like, if you think about it, we're all different people all throughout our lives, but you got to keep moving. You got to, the change is good. That whole speech was literally a part of my wedding vows.
He's not lying. He again, but Moffat. I mean, Moffat's right.
And it was funny because I was talking about Doctor Who the other day at work, and I was putting it on, and it's funny because if I put it on it just for a moment, I'm okay. But if I watch from the beginning to the end, by the end of the episode, I am fucking sobbing when it's the Vincent Van Gogh episode.
Oh, everyone should.
That episode just destroys me. And we actually have hey Thor, we actually have a print of Van Gogh's sunflowers painting in our house, and my wife went in with a paintbrush and actually wrote for Amy on it, right where it is in the show. So Doctor Who is very near and dear to my heart, and it broke my heart that I couldn't watch it anymore. It was a shadow of its former self.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Doctor Who being near and dear to your heart, and Doctor Who being near and dear to your heart, and like I said, all my Doctor Who 1/12 is there. All my 1/6 stuff. All of mine are in a drawer in the other background.
Yeah, I don't know. They're mine are spread out all around me right here. I have them. I have some else sitting somewhere.
Tony, I'm going to delete you.
What's that?
I'm going to delete you.
Exterminate, delete.
Yeah, I have a Smithsonic screwdriver too. I have I even have that one. I have that. I have Jody's. I don't have Shooty's.
I never understood, because I know usually a lot of the screwdrivers, right, have you could
there's Easter eggs in them.
They would have hidden things, and I don't think this one has any.
Nope.
Which is dumb. I mean, and it's funny because what did the metallic turd or the personal massager or whatever the fuck it was that people were saying that reminded them of. It's like,
Yeah. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. It, and of course, I'm a huge fan of classic Doctor Who too. So I'm. It just bums me out. I mean, there is these very classic science fiction shows that I loved growing up as a kid. I just are not the same anymore. And I used to think maybe it's because I was getting older and whatever. And like it's like rock music and whatever. I'm just not with it. But no, actually, there is a weird transition in storytelling and because it's become very about emotional and you can say it's about wokeism or the message or whatever. When we can talk, I mean, but like I said, to me it's just it's writing emotionally, not writing intelligently. And it's just not for me. I mean, like I said, I try. And I'll give you and what I was going to mention like I watched pretty much all of Shooty's run. One of the things that was really, really, really good, his best episode, is one that's written by Moffat. Boom. Where the Doctor is basically trapped on a landmine the entire episode. It's a great episode, and it's written by Moffat. And to me, that is my favorite episode of Shooty's run, because it's actually telling a good story. And it's weird. I mean, there's some weirdness that's Moffat twists and things like that, but it's.
I mean, I think it tells you a lot when they had to well, I'm sure they didn't have to beg. But they basically had to, course correct by bringing Tennant back for a little mini run, and then all of a sudden it jumps right into this, which still wasn't great. And then they're like, "Well, shit, I guess we're gonna have to bring back Rose."
Well, it's definitely like trying to do what I mean. It's clearly obvious, like what they're trying to pull, and just like bringing Tennant back the way they did, making him a doctor so that way you could do, and now Billy Piper, I mean Eccleston joked about this at a con back in 2022 that they should cast Billy Piper as the Doctor just because it would make people talk,
Well, wasn't it like a million years ago that there was from one of those weird British skit shows where they had Tennant playing a teacher and what's her face, she was playing the student and she was super snotty, and then she says something like, "You're the Doctor." He's like, "No, I'm not."
Oh yeah. There was one of the
at the end he takes the sonic screwdriver out.
Yeah.
Tate into the Billy Piper.
Tate and Tennant have ridiculously good comedic timing and chemistry together.
Oh
yeah. And yeah, 3M, I would agree with you. The problem with a lot of modern writing, they don't know how to. So I would argue that they really want to focus on the identity politics of it and not actually write good characters. They want to make it about what their being a black person or being a woman or your sexual orientation. They want to make that all about you're like your character trait is you're a lesbian. Okay, but am I a strong female role model, or am I intelligent? No, you're a lesbian. That's your big character. That almost feels like what it becomes. It's very much they want to take that identity and not make it about this is a person who's good at STEM. This is a person who's intelligent but quirky and has
and that's kind of
shallow.
And that's kind of always been I mean, I know that they have had moments with there's been romance and stuff in Doctor Who, but that's literally 0.2% of the time, when it comes to the Doctor having a romance, and then I feel like they made that kind of a big thing in the last seasons.
So again, it becomes. I mean, Doctor Who's really guilty of this later. I mean, you could argue Captain Jack. He was the but it wasn't his only character trait.
No,
you know what I mean. I mean, he actually had more depth than this. Star Trek is really guilty of it. We talk about Star Trek's always been woke and things like that. Okay, Star Trek had the first had Benjamin Sisko, the African American captain. Was that his only character trait? they incorporated his African Americanness, and they did an entire episode, that incorporated into it, and told a really good story, and they won awards for it. But it wasn't his only characteristic. I mean, you actually. I mean, first off, he was a father figure. He was, he became a religious icon. They gave him character traits. He was no nonsense. This is a man who when you first introduction, and I know Tony said Deep Space Nine, he didn't get into, but think about this. The very first episode, of Deep Space Nine opens with the Battle of Wolf 359 from TNG, which was basically the closest like equivalency is 9/11, right? For Starfleet and the Federation. The Borg come in and annihilate 39 ships. What you learn about Sisko is he loses his wife and his ship, in that disaster, and he's basically, he's a single, he's a widower father to this kid, and he's basically pissed off and dealing with the tragedy of losing his wife. What you learn throughout the series is that he's dealing with being a father, dealing with that the loss of his wife, but also you find out too, like, because we find this out later on, and they wrote this into the story, is that when one of the things they did after the Battle of Wolf 359 is he actually went into starship construction. He went into starship architecture and design, and the prototype that he developed was the Defiant that he later gets to use as a ship. The Defiant is basically it's a ship with it's an engine and guns. And it was designed. He says this. It was designed to fight Borg, because he's so pissed at the Borg for killing, taking his wife away. He builds a warship, which is unheard of for Starfleet. So basically, he can go kill Borg because he wants his revenge.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you learn that about his character, and they wrote it into it. And like I said, it wasn't just that he was the black captain. He was a captain with character and story. Josh. So there's an example of the same show, Stranger Things introduced two LGBTQ characters. Robin's reveal was a much better reveal than Will's coming out, and that's because Robin felt more natural. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. I haven't seen all the Stranger Things, but it's again, but don't make it their only character trait. Like, don't make it where the identity politics is their only character, and like you don't know anything else about them.
Yeah.
Or everything else about them is overshadowed by that, by their sexual preference or their race or their like. I mean, I'm not defined by being a man. I'm a complete nerd. But that's just like I said. I get really tired of that, and that's more the message. I have that one. I feel like Dave is going to come in here and like kick us off pretty quick. Yeah, through him, Josh, you guys get it. I mean, like, we're good. And Tony, I don't know how many personal massagers you need over there.
All of them. Hold on.
I have a drawer full of like almost all of those too. Actually, I think you have a couple I don't have, and I have a couple I don't think you have. Whoa, okay.
Just gotta put these away. Hold on, guys.
Lando is a great character, and he's not defined by being. Who cares? Well, so I'll give you another example of this. Let me one of the things that I always hear about is and this is a great thing I hear sometimes on certain people want to argue that we can't handle strong female characters in science fiction, or strong female characters. That's why nobody liked Rey or things like that. And what's so funny to me is like I can name so many female characters that existed in the 80s. Like, okay, Ripley from Alien, Sarah Connor, from Terminator 2. I mean, like, all of these characters that were just badasses. And it's like, but we didn't make it about that. You know what I mean? It wasn't that they were just the women. They were badasses, and they had good characters. I mean, again, good storytelling. Yeah, Josh is getting nailed. Sarah Connor. I mean, hell, River Tam in Firefly and Serenity. Another great. I mean, there are great characters. It's not defined by their gender or what's. It's just whatever. Exactly. No one likes her because she's badly written. Yes, RoboCop's partner. I'm trying to remember her name. Officer. She gets gunned down though, which makes me sad.
Yeah, I can't remember what her name is.
I'm not a huge RoboCop guy, but Princess Leia, exactly. Yeah. Princess Leia. Brad Johnson nailed. Leia's a great character. I mean, again, we can have nobody needs to, again, it's poorly written. Xeno Warrior Princess is an amazing show. I agree, Graham. Xeno is great.
What was what they did the Cleopatra in the year 3000 or whatever it was?
No, okay, I think you're getting a little over the top. No,
what, that's not good. What?
Was that like 2025 or something? I don't know.
Something weird like that.
Yeah. Hell, Lara Croft Tomb Raider, 25.
Yeah, so yeah.
Graham got it. I actually never really watched it. Like I said, I watched Cena, but like I said, good. And Lewis, yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, like Officer Lewis, yeah. Again, this is the point though that you can have these characters without making it about one single trait or one single identity trait. Like you can actually have them have more depth.
Yeah.
And write better stories. Like I said, I just and I don't know. Maybe it's just because everything's become so derivative. What are those wings?
Mythic Legions.
That's what I thought.
Came with this dude.
Okay. Aaron and Farscape. Oh yes, Aaron and Farscape's great. And well, not only that, like the other thing is those characters evolve.
Which is funny, because I don't know how many people know this or not, that she is actually that actress is in Ahsoka, or was in the first.
They're apparently there's a lot of budget cuts for Ahsoka season 2, and they couldn't fly her back out.
And it makes sense. I mean, if you're going to have somebody who's recognizable and then have them, I didn't know this until like literally like a month ago.
Yeah, she plays one of the Night Sisters.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like, oh, well, if you can just have random lady number 2 play the same character, I mean.
Yeah, the actress who played her. I like the actress who plays, and I like Farscape a lot too. That's actually another line that we need better figures from, because the Farscape figures we got originally were stuff. Man, I would love to like go back and do like 90s sci-fi action figure lines. Susan Ivanova. 3M, you win. I mean, it's 3M. Every time you just want to say anything Babylon 5, I'm right there with you. I completely disagree with you on Vin Diesel, but man, we're right there with Babylon 5. It's like. We
can agree to disagree.
Susan Ivanova is a great female character, and again, it's not about her. Actually, you could argue that like. So Josh, what I would say about Janeway is actually, I think, the start of those problems. I like Janeway and I like Voyager, but Janeway has a lot of problems inherently because they made her the first female captain, and they didn't really quite know what that meant. And sometimes they write her almost contradictory between things, because of course she is the female captain. Like in one season she's very much this way, and another season she's very much like she kind of changes her character traits to some degree, and that's so yeah. I heard you like Babylon 5. Check Toy Talk on Discord. I have it open. Toy Talk. Yeah. No, I actually been because all the figures came with the Micro Machine, kind of line. So I have the White Star here that came with the Marcus figure, and I have a lot of these ships that came. with the figures, and I think this actually might have been on the Micro Machine page, Epic. But yeah, Epic Badger put in the Discord the Micro Machine catalog page for Babylon 5.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I'm Farscape 3M is a very acquired taste. As a Muppet guy, as a Jim Henson guy, I really appreciate Farscape. I can understand why it's a little weirder for some people.
I love Farscape.
Yeah, I love it too. It gets very weird and wacky, but I do love it. So yeah, it can be acquired. Yeah, I don't know. This has been an interesting chat.
Yeah.
Tony, I don't know how long your show goes till.
It's usually only an hour, but when we get rolling, sometimes we stick around. So
I'm excited to be here. I'm glad I could crash your show as per usual. And
well, I appreciate it.
I just saw that you were live streaming, and I just was like, here, I'll come in, and then I heard you talking about Vox Machina, and I was like, I'm like. That was it. Like I didn't think you'd invite me. I knew you were while you were struggling to get back and sign into your messenger to I knew you were trying to invite me, and I'm like,
oh fine.
If you think Farscape is weird, don't watch Lex.
Oh, I love Lex. That show's great too.
Yeah.
That is another great one. Giant dragonfly spaceship.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was weird.
God, I really want better Farscape figures. I actually thought about going back and like collecting the Farscape line, and some of those figures are so awful.
I have what's the little dude that rides the little floaty chair? Rigel. Yeah, I've got a figure of him.
So bad that I could do that name off the top of my head, but I can't remember the cop and Robo, the partner in RoboCop, but I can remember Rigel, the Muppet.
Well, I mean, it's a Muppet. You got to remember the Muppets.
Yeah, I think his figure is actually probably one of the best ones of that toy line.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think they made like a plushie of him too, which is like I've seen
probably.
I really, like I said, Babylon 5 would be awesome figure line. Like I want to know, like, could I mean, it's really interesting. So you think about like NECA getting the Muppet license, right? And like, what licensees or properties have such staying power that you can keep, toy companies can keep picking up the license and making things. I mean, RoboCop is a great example of this. Terminator is a great example of this. They're so iconic that we keep getting. I mean, we'll get 2.0s of figures, we'll get re-releases, we'll get and part of it's because like I know some of these companies are just defending their licenses, but like Hot Toys doing 2.0 of all the Terminator line, RoboCop. We're getting RoboCane from I mean we're getting all of this stuff that's like there hasn't been any real advancements in these licenses in a while. I mean, even Muppets. Yes, I know there's going to be a new Muppet show this year as the anniversary, and I'm really excited for that. But there's some things that we don't get. Like so we talk about Farscape, Babylon 5, these lines that we can't get new figure lines for. I mean, I think everybody and their mother has talked about Short Circuit, at one point or another. Like how do we not have a Johnny 5 figure?
How do we not have a Harry from Harry and the Hendersons?
Yeah, and I know some of that might just be weird licensing disputes, but it's like, why is it so hard? Like, but some of these is like we got a line at the time, but like, how come we don't go back? Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like I know. Best Action did a Buffy and Angel that wasn't that great.
Yeah.
But like, how come we don't see like more reattempts at these licenses, like going back to the well? Yeah. Well, Graham didn't banhammer you while trying to invite you. What?
I have a tendency to accidentally ban people.
Oh. You did it again?
No, but it's the running joke.
I knew you did that. I know you did that once.
Yeah.
Yeah, Epic, you're right. There was a line.
Well, there was a plushie, but
what I'm saying is that there are certain like licenses that we'll keep coming back to, right? That will get new, like Terminator, RoboCop, Aliens, Predator. These are lines that like seem to outlast the test of time. Batman '89, the Michael Keaton Batman films. We'll keep getting Christopher Reeve Superman. I mean, they're so iconic in pop culture, even to this day at 2025. I mean, some of these things are 40 years. 1966 Batman, and I'm just I love all the. I mean, 66 Batman right there. Even Power Rangers to some degree too. I mean, there are some of these lines where they just keep going. But why do we have such a problem with what at what point does like is the threshold for the pop culture zeitgeist? You know what I mean?
Well, and that was like the kind of the crazy thing was because I feel like NECA was kind of the first one to really. I mean, McFarlane did it, but McFarlane was doing it with like mainstays like Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, and he did it. The Crow with the Movie Maniac stuff. But yeah, I feel like it wasn't until NECA started doing the cult classics that they used to do back in the day, and where we really started to get like weird random characters that we had never really gotten before. And but no, I feel like it's kind of like few and far between now. But if we do get something like you could probably go back over the last 10 years and be like, well, there was this character, this character, this character, this character, this character from, like, as an example, horror movies, right? But then it's like, okay, none of those got made, but now here we are. And like off the top of my head, the two big ones are the new Pennywise and Art the Clown. And everybody and their grandma is making both of those. I mean, we've gotten Mezco 112 scale figures for both of those. We've gotten 1/6 scale figures, NECA figures, a quarter scale art,
But some of that is tied to new material in those franchises.
No, oh, absolutely no. But I'm just kind of making like an example, like why didn't we get X character, but then all of a sudden this character just gets hammered,
Yeah, I guess like I said, I guess I was more going like when the license is almost stale. Like I mean Caustic Plastic and the new Crow figure, absolutely amazing. But I mean, like what inspires that other than like obviously there must be some like CEOs and executives of these companies that really want to like really have to get this done. Like I mean, but it's like it's just I find it very interesting. Like what is the threshold for some of these properties? Like
Yeah.
for how popular they can be for return on investment or because they really love them so much. I mean, like I mean somebody mentioned Forgiven's mentioned Transformers, and I mean, the one thing I'll say about Transformers is that there's usually some new media or something like that tied to it. And that's why there's continuing. But I mean, even some of the classic stuff gets redone and things like that. It is very interesting to me, like where that line is about like when something can get redone or get retouched or like get a renewal. And sometimes it's tied to anniversaries, but it's just interesting. Like I said, and yet I can't. There's some of these I can't get anything from. Like Short Circuit, and it must be something with the guys who, who hold that license and things like that. That nobody wants to create Johnny Five stuff, which is such a damn shame because I'm pretty sure just about everybody who was a kid in the who was born in the '80s would basically buy a Johnny Five.
Yeah, 100%. You could easily make like. At least like you could do like 4 versions.
I can't even tell you.
Like, you could do the one from the first movie with the cannon. You could do the second one with the lunchbox or the toolbox or whatever. But then on top of that, you could do the punk version, and you could do like a version with like the hang glider.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right, and but like I will just be 100%. There is a guy on Etsy who makes a really good. I'm pretty sure like half it's 3D printed, but he wires electronics into it, and it's talking and lights up. I mean it's expensive, but I have hovered over
Mama was a snowblower.
I have come so close to basically dropping the money on a 1/6 scale Johnny Five. for this really really nice recreation a lot of times, and it probably will happen at some point this year when my wife's not looking, but um but yeah, I was gonna say you're one to talk.
What you talking about?
Yes you do.
Well, I know nothing. Okay, well,
having met your wife, and
it was certainly nice having Graham on tonight.
oh
Shut
man.
your pie hole.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Uh-huh to the uh-uh.
Uh-huh. Oh man. Well, this was fun.
Yes.
I'm glad I could crash your show.
Hell yeah. I appreciate it. But
thanks everybody for sticking around and watching and being part of the conversation.
Well, yeah.
Josh, Forgivens,
absolutely.
Briam, Epic Badger, you guys are great. Tim was on here earlier, chatting earlier, like I said, and obviously Dave even
Dave
crashed the party at one point.
Silly Dave.
What?
I said silly Dave.
Silly Dave. Yeah. So thanks everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. And you guys know the drill. You guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find Graham here. If you're local, you can come visit me at Mitten Box Toys. I'm not going to be super familiar with the whole spiel yet with the Redbubble thing. But, if you want a cool shirt, go check out the Redbubble page.
Can I do some pimping?
Yeah, of course.
So I've been, as a lot of you guys know, you saw it, I did this 3D printed TARDIS, and I've been doing the 3D printing a lot, and I know some of you guys have seen some of the signs I've done for Dave's display and things like that. If you're in the Minnesota area, if you want to check out Most Wanted Comics, they're actually selling my signs that I've been 3D printing for them. Otherwise, Minnesota Toy Posse has their swap on February 15th, and so I will have more of my 3D printed signs there. Kind of fun. This is one I had nearby me that I could just grab real quick. But yeah, so come check it out. Fun, good like signs for your shelves and things like that. You have to tell me, which green do you like better for Hulk?
Ooh, that's tough. I like them kind of like both of them.
This is a little more modern, a little more classic,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, these are the ones I haven't reached. I have like all my other stuff's in a box. But like Marvel, DC, Transformers. I actually did some Spawn recently. Doctor Who, things like that. Like I said, all like stuff to throw in your collection, shelves to kind of put the branding and things like that. So yeah, and like I said, Most Wanted Comics has got some of my signs. They're selling them. I will have even more stuff at the Posse swap on the 15th. So sorry, I just wanted to give my quick pimp.
No, absolutely. Yeah. It's always good to pimp away. And I cannot believe that this has not happened all night.
I've been waiting. I actually thought I was going to go through a whole stream where I didn't hear the goat.
I was looking at him the whole time too.
I was wondering if I could go a whole stream without you doing it. And the answer is no. No, I can't.
Always be a screaming goat right around the corner. But yeah, with that being said, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll catch you next week at the same Griff time, same Griff channel. And all that up. So throw them horns up, and we'll catch you guys next time.